It's coming at you with another video. What is up, everybody? The 49er Saga is back once again on Friday, man. My co-host Danielle is here in the building. How you doing?
Ooh. Oh, it was a rummy day today.
Rough timing?
Oh, it was just, kids panic on Fridays. So,
Understandable. But speaking of what's on the minds of the Niners, hey, the Niners won against the Pittsburgh Steelers. What did you expect from this game? Like, did you expect a close game, or was this exactly a shock?
I expected a close game. I did not think that, I don't never put nothing past Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is like a defensive guru, like his mindset. So my prediction though was wrong. I predicted Hargrave and them to get the first sack. And it was Drake Jackson.
Mr. Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, USC finest, as I like to call him. And that game went totally out the way. Totally not the way I expected it.
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was going to be a close game. I actually gave it a low-score game between a 17-20 type game. But, man, was I wrong.
Right, like, poor Trent. Can we give a shout-out to Trent Williams?
Oh, yeah.
He was so tired. He was like, can somebody do something? I'm tired.
Like, it was so bad. The Pittsburgh offense was so bad. But, speaking of Rams, we got Rams week coming up soon. Because we got
Terradome, hey, boo.
Terradome, the knowledge man, the myth, the legend, the man of the hour. We got Terradome and Beboppin' Jones in
Bebop.
In the PA area. He's actually from the PA area, so shout out to my guy. I think he was at the game, if I'm mistaken. But shout out to the
What is your we all know. Do you feel like Kyle now can say that after if on the verge of developing a quarterback in Brock Purdy?
I don't think he had anything to do with developing the quarterback. I think it just had to do with the fact that he had Bob Greasy doing the work. Like, did Kyle ever had track record of developing quarterbacks? No. He was given he was given a scratch for which one he would take, Like,
yeah.
I mean, let's not discredit the fact that it was Brian Greasy who did it.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's give a shout out to this up and coming Cardinals content creator who I'm going to work with as a co-host, man. You guys need to go sub up this guy's channel. This guy is the one I'm bringing under my wings. We're going to do a show called NFC West Prime every Tuesday night. Since the NFC West network has discontinued, I'm going to start lunging off my brand. So it's going to be Prime. We're going to do exactly what Prime Time Dion does, but we're going to do it Prime on Tuesday. Oh, that's a crazy opinion, bro. That's a little off of your opinion. But I would love that to be our scoreboard, but nah, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Rams, I think Arizona gonna take so they can get Caleb Williams.
Nah, not the way the Giants are playing. If they played the way they're playing, it wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals actually beat them because they didn't play too bad against the Commanders. Oh, I guess. They didn't play too bad against those Commanders. The Commanders have a good defense.
They did it.
But speaking of the Rams, like, Had you heard about that? The Rams are gonna have to be the away team.
Yeah, because they, lifted the restriction. Like, you can't kick out the landlord and you're our tenants. Like, you're leasing on us. Like, we didn't have to give you this, but
Yeah, it's like we're the
them
land.
two Kyle and them, I like when we face the Rams. It's like a battle of whose ego. I hope when we play him that he does, he brings out that aggressive side and his ego is in check. Like, that's it.
Yeah, he has to put his ego aside, so that's just how it is. We gotta come into this game knowing that, hey, you know what? The Rams did beat the Seahawks at their home field. I think they got something to build on to. They've been on an 8-game losing streak on us. I know they have some frustration on this part, but I think we got to take them serious, even though we still have the winning streak against them. This is any given Sunday, and division games get strange, and I don't know what to expect from the Rams. I just don't see any different from the Rams. Like, you don't have.
I wouldn't put it past them though. Like, we beat them, and so it's like, I think that's what happened with the Steelers. They were so stuck on we never lose in week one, the tradition. So it's like, I don't want the Niners to get there and then but I think the Rams, it's like they were already wishing injury on Purdy. And it was like, you remember what happened when Dallas radio host wished that on CMC? Bam, who got injured? So I want y'all to remember.
Oh, man, whoever does that, that happened to Tony Pollard, actually.
Yeah.
That was the other way around.
It's like, I'm excited for the game. I don't put nothing past any opponent. Never do. Because they may pull out a trick we ain't ready for. And then I seen Womack.
Womack
is out for 2 months. 2 months?
2 months? Is he actually out for the injury? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. And I'm like, I thought it wasn't an injury. I thought it was just probably like some arthritis or something. But I think Womack is, I think he's out.
Shit. I mean, he wasn't such the biggest injury I saw, but I guess he is going to. Oh, man. But we haven't hit the injury bug as bad. The previous years we've hit the injury bug like insane, but it's not like we missed a lot of players out of these ones. Like, if you were to grade last year's offseason, we had a lot of injuries, but this year, not so much. Hopefully it continues on, but knowing how the Niners are, this injury bug comes around at some point, but maybe we won't get it. Hopefully it's not that big.
I've been praying.
I mean, injury bug, can we stop? The good news is we don't have to go to MetLife, so that's a good news because that's a terrible field.
I seen the NFL was like they need natural grass.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they might have to because the way the condition is, who wants to play in that conditioning field? Like, it's just like, the conditioning is so bad. Like, there's some good turfs in some ways, but the way the Giants have that turf, it's not that great. A lot of injuries. Like, we were the victims until.
So who do you say is the worst, though? My pick is Atlanta.
What, the worst on their field turf?
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews about it. I heard the Cardinals have a terrible turf field, too. I heard their stadium's a little worse, too, with the grass. There's Cardinals that have a little worse of a grass field, whatever, or the turf, whatever they got. Because then there's, like you said, Falcons another one. But I think the Giants are by far the worst. Because you see a lot of those injuries kind of add up. Like, in 2020, we had the most injuries in those 2-game span. And for whatever reason, we were lucky enough to manage to win those 2 games and come away with it. At what cost? At what cost?
That Atlanta game, man, I think like 15 people went out. 15 people that one game. I was so pissed. It was just like, this is the cursed year of Niner injury football. Like, every team go through that one year where it's just everybody took it out.
But I think this year is going to be a little different, hopefully. And I believe that quarterback is going to be a little different than the previous years. Like, everybody keeps saying, well, as long as Shanahan's your coach, you don't have a chance. Well, if you look at the previous quarterback,
I still agree.
Yeah. So what do you expect from what stood
That's
up?
it.
Like what did what?
I call him Old Navy Purdy because he's smooth, and everybody know Old Navy pants and clothes they smooth. What stands out is Purdy, like his quick release and under pressure, how he can like utilize pressure and just he's so smooth and getting away. It's like don't touch me, and it's like okay, baby, yay, he's learning, and that's good. But my only thing with the Niners is I feel like we're looking for that, it guy quarterback, like that young Montana, Alex Smith, all our greats. And it's like, I hope Purdy doesn't lose sight of football because he has this undying pressure. Like Kyle said, we in a win now situation. And since you're the guy, you got to win.
Well, he's the reason why we're able to keep a lot of our players because during a quarterback contract type of thing that does take away the way we get the talent. So the difference with what we got going on is Purdy's getting some. He's playing with bag of peanut money right now because he's a rookie. I mean, he's on a rookie contract. So the thing that stands out about Brock Purdy is he doesn't look afraid. Like watching him play at Iowa State as a Oklahoma Sooners fan, I've seen this guy play. This guy was a thorn in the ass. Like there was a couple of games that he easily just gave us some problems, and a lot of Big 12 quarterbacks have been very.
You're a Sooner fan?
Yeah.
You broke my heart already. Keep going.
That's why I don't like Lincoln Riley. Why do you think I don't like him? Because
I know, but you got to let that go, baby.
No, but
41-0 Niners. Ugh.
That would be a damn good score, and that would probably put them in the closet. Then that fan base would ghost for the entire season, if I'm being honest. I don't think that would happen. I think it's going to be a lot better than last time. Maybe it'll probably be a 2-touchdown difference. I mean, I'm not overlooking the Rams. I think what the Rams don't have is they may not be committed to the running game. So
yeah,
their running game averages 2.8 yards a carry. So that's not going to make a difference. Doesn't matter how many times you guys run the ball. We're still going to stop y'all. And we're going to force Stafford to beat us. And then when we force Stafford to beat us, we're going to pressure Stafford up front. And that's where Stafford panics a little bit. So the challenging part for us against the Rams are we can run the outside runs, and they miss tackles the most.
They do.
Seattle didn't run the ball a lot because they were behind. But they were averaging 6.6 yards a carry. And you know what Shanahan's doing right now? He is licking his chops, putting some sprinkles into the playbook. He's already thinking what to do.
Do you think that now that all the Niner fans could breathe because we finally signed Bosa. Now that Bosa's the highest paid, ever, is his expectations higher, or do you think it's still the same?
I think it's already been the same. He's won Defensive Player of the Year. I think there's no other expectation but him to win it again. That's the only expectation is to win it again, but I don't know if he'll win it again. I think he's already reached the peak of what he can be, but maybe he can still continue on by winning the Defensive Player of the Year again. But I think the expectation is to repeat. That's the only thing I can see out of it.
I think he needs to have pretty much another Defensive Player of the Year. And I'm wishing for 22 sacks. Like 22. You can't get 18. But you can't do it. Y'all, that's why I say I don't.
Break Golden's record, please.
Like you gonna have to do it, bro. You gonna have to damn near be perfect. Like, you got all that money.
Well, to be fair, this defensive line's a lot better than last year. Like we got Javon Hargrave. Hargrave's a difference maker.
We got a sack.
And he kicked the door.
Right?
Did you see how
he's already at home.
Yeah, he's already kicking the door and say you're done. And what do you really thought of the Eagles when we just saw like Thursday's game?
I rooted for Minnesota, first of
But
all.
I wasn't that impressed. I thought Philadelphia would have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think because of how they destroyed us.
But
a lot of people put them up there because it's like, yo, y'all beat the Niners and they were the number one defense and da-da-da-da-da. But it's just like, I think if Kirk Cousins and them, who I honestly believe did very well yesterday, if they weren't like suffering with all those turnovers, they could have won that game because the Eagles really, I think they're overhyped already.
It's because they're coming off of a defeat in the Super Bowl, so it's like you know why I don't feel too high about the Eagles the previous years, because I feel like they have a coaching staff difference. Like the play caller's different. Like the OC is not the same as Shane Steitler, whatever his name is. And the DC, he's not the same exact as the other guy. He's not exactly the same as the other dude. So when you look at those play callers of what the Eagles have, they don't have a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson no more. Yeah, Javon Hargrave. Yeah, they may have lost him, but they did add some Georgia Bulldogs. But that takes some time. Hey, what's up? Mveta 916 from Sac in the house. What's going on? But hey, man. Hey. As far as division, this is what I'm going forward to the future. This is the up-and-coming Cardinals content creator. If you guys want to go check him out, I'm going to take him under my wings, and we're going to build a damn good NFC West Prime. We're going to build some good vibes, man. So I'm looking forward.
Have you seen the outrage after the it was a good game, but every because I'm in Arkansas. Jerry Jones is from here, so they're like, Danielle, we're going to the Super Bowl. I was like, hold up, pump your brakes. That was a good game. Let's not get ahead of yourself.
What you said, Jalen Hurts?
No, out here in Arkansas, they love, Jerry Jones is from here, so everybody's out here a cowgirl. They're already got Super Bowl ready. After that one game, I'm like,
oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys dominate the Giants. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
It's like
the Super Bowl. That's what they're saying. I get that. You know what's kind of interesting? There's at least a couple of Cowboy fans that are not buying into this shit. And I'm going to show you who actually just said this. And like he said it in a community post, and he's one of the most legit Cowboy fans I'll give the most credit for. But he even said, pump the brakes. And I guess everybody's saying he's a hater, but he's not. He's actually a realistic Cowboys fan. He's not trying to get people to fall for the Kool-Aid. Like, he's actually just telling them, dude, don't get too excited. It's just the Giants.
Right?
Yeah, he said, don't get too excited. And I guess everybody's thinking, why do you think that way? And he's saying, dude, it's because we didn't play anybody good. Like, this is what he said in one of his posts.
That's good.
No, I'm trying to see this guy, D-Town. He says, oh, here comes the Cowboys Super Bowl talk. And he's a Dallas fan, too. So he's saying, don't get too excited.
That's good. Give him some hope.
Yeah, and he said, this is what D-Town says. Shout out to this Cowboys fan, D-Town. He says, here comes the Super Bowl talk. The defense is great, very good. Reminiscent of the 70s, yes, but however, our quarterback is mid at best. Temper your expectation until we play actual playoff contenders. The Giants' O-line has been asked for a decade. I want to see Dak maybe participate in the next few games. So he's not really high on Dak. But you can tell, Cowboys corner is one of the most critical Cowboys fan out there. Like, he doesn't bullshit.
Yeah, that's what sounds like I like about him. You're not hating. You're giving criticism where it's due, but when you have a pansy fan base, it's like...
Yeah.
Like, Swift-O-Matic made a comment about Bosa, and he had 15 million people come at his dome, and I was like, see, that's the problem with these Niner fans. Like, y'all can't take criticism on your own people. Like, Bosa did good. He really didn't have to work that hard because, it was just.
Yeah, but why
now they comparing Purdy to Holmes and Brady, and I'm like,
come on, let's
look at that.
Be
stupid.
It's too soon to even go there, and I don't even think he'll get there. And that's no disrespect to Brock Purdy. Like, I think he gives me the Jeff Garcia vibes. You know, if Jeff Garcia had a better team around him, maybe we would have never known. But imagine if Jeff Garcia played on the '98 Niners and actually had a great defense.
Oh, he would have been forever.
We would have been, I think, with Steve Young because he was at the end of his career. I don't think he was ever the same player at this point. But if you would have got the younger Jeff Garcia, I think he would have gotten further. But we'll never know.
Right?
With Brock Purdy, we might see something out of it.
I don't want people to get their hopes up. Like, it's like he's good, and he's consistently shown us so far, like, it wasn't just those 8 games. So it's just like, I'm not trying to get my hopes up because, you know, I went through the same with Jimmy, and he's proven he's not Jimmy, but I want to see him. Like, Nick Wright made it clear, but people got mad. It's like, anybody can play in our system. Like, anybody. If they actually gave Josh Johnson time to practice and warm up with the players, I think Josh Johnson would have looked at like Brock Purdy. It's like, put him in a system where he does not have this and he has to actually do it. Like, if you put Brock Purdy on the Raiders, would he be the same Brock Purdy?
I don't think he will.
I think he might.
I think it depends on the system too. Maybe he might, but would he have more wins there? No, maybe he'll excel there. But think about him at, like, if he were to go to the Cardinals or any other bad teams like Texans, I don't think it would work. Oh, Stafford is about to feel the wrath this Sunday.
Yo, it's so much beef, CG, with the Niners and the Rams, man.
I don't even hate I don't really hate the Rams like that. They're like our little brothers. It's like, come on, man. Y'all hate us more than you hate the Seahawks? Good Lord.
Well, you could have went to Brooklyn and kept your own stadium. Coming over here for it.
What, Brooklyn?
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the wacko Dodgers. I mean,
the Rams, they were in Cleveland before.
St. Louis.
They were in St. Louis, but they were in Cleveland before.
Cleveland. They can go to either or.
Man. You know, the sad part about this Rams franchise was they weren't even so popular in Cleveland at that point. They had to move to L.A. And then eventually they weren't even that popular for so many years. They went to St. Louis. They thought they would be popular. Nope. They came back.
And they won the Super Bowl.
But the NFL decided to give the L.A. just Chargers and Rams when they actually wanted the Raiders. As much as I hate the Raiders, I think they would have had more of a fan base selling over there. But look what's going on.
Everybody at Raiders level.
Not so much in Vegas. It's not that popular in Vegas like everybody says. It's mostly a lot of Niner fans in Vegas.
I've never been, and I'm from Cali. Vegas tries to get you.
Yeah, but a lot of people from Vegas that I know of, they live down there. Like, they're Niner fans. Like, they even told me the difference of fans over there is there's a lot of Niner fans and Cowboy fans before you even think of Raiders in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure Platform would have told you the same thing because he was living out there.
Oh, yeah, on his show?
Yeah, I think he was living off Vegas, but he's moved down to LA, I guess. I think he told me there wasn't that big of a fan base. He said that there wasn't nothing big about the Raiders in Las Vegas. A lot of people I've talked to who live down Las Vegas, they said that the sad part is it's not the same vibe they had in Oakland because nobody – like, you see a lot of their games is mostly like home games to the opposing team now because they can't even buy tickets or something like that.
Too expensive.
Oh, what's up, CG? Any Cowboys fans to humble on here? Can't stand them. Pathetic.
Nauseating, overrated, disgusting. Wow.
Man, I gotta tell my boy Dan needs to humble himself, but he ain't like some of those other Cowboy fans. He keeps it real. He said he wasn't that pressed either.
I mean, it was a good game, but like, Niners beat the Steelers, and you don't see me. We win in a Super Bowl. I'm like, one day at a time. We still
got a long ways to go. And
one day. Yeah, but since Purdy's good, right?
Purdy looked like he didn't even have the injury. Like
that, yeah.
And I wasn't even thinking Super Bowl either, you know? I wasn't even thinking. Also, what happened to Samuel Niners? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. So he might miss some time. Because
he's on. Yeah, that's why I was like,
I don't know what happened. Like what
I don't know either. But from what I read earlier, it was like it wasn't an injury. So when he said that, I was like, oh, it's probably like from an injury before, and it's just nagging him, and he can't. But they were saying he's injured, and I'm like, yo, what happened?
What kind of injury? That's the question.
I don't know. I'm trying to look it up. Like,
I'll look up the injury too, because that's surprising, because I didn't see him on the injury report until I heard the name. But so he's placed on IR, I guess, from what I'm told, man. But he was mostly our back. Oh, he had an MCL that takes 6 to 8 weeks. He's out. But as long as our cornerback depth is still solid and we can stay healthy, we should be all right. Womack will get his opportunity down the stretch. I mean, Ambry Thomas didn't look too bad. I mean, Oliver did his part okay. I mean, we still got some quality depth. I mean, don't we have Luter on our IR where he can return later in the season? He's actually on the non-injured reserve where he can actually come into the roster. So I think in the 4-week window, we can get him onto the roster. And there's a couple of guys on the practice squad we can bring in. Like Trey Swilling's another guy we can bring in. And another kid that we got. So I think we'll be all right with our depth pieces. We got some guys who can step in, but we'll look at them. Like, let me look at the current Niners practice squad, who we got at cornerback. I know that we got this kid, Trey Swilling, which he's the son of Pat Swilling, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Oh, Quatrez Knight. I guess we'll pound the table. This guy's got versatility, so I think this would be a guy to bring in. Time to bring in my dude, Quatrez Knight, and I'm still endorsing and pounding the pavement for him. He is so – dude, there's not even a single Niners fan I can think of that's so high on Quatrez Knight than this dude. Yeah.
We'll bring him in.
Oh, damn, he's pretty good on special teams too, but he'll be back. So it's like 4 to 6 weeks. So what is it? Like, it said 4 to 6 weeks on there. So he has an MCL.
Mine says 4 to 6. Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks.
So he has an MCL sprain or something, which kind of takes time to recover. But at least he's not out for the season.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of our players go on IR, and they don't return. But we get guys who come back. And then down the stretch, we become a far better team. So I feel confident about who we got.
That's the one thing I don't hope we don't do that.
And
start off slow again and no, please don't.
Let's get on a good start. Let's get on a good start. Let's try to focus on being the number 1 seed so we can get a first round bye and get healthy and play every game at Levi Stadium. Every game that's played at Levi Stadium, you want to know what the record is for the Niners in the playoffs at Levi Stadium? They haven't lost a single home game. And that's a home field advantage. So that's guaranteed we can get to the Super Bowl if we get that home game. But I'm not overlooking it. I'm not going to be like Cowboy fans, but I feel confident. There's a difference. Once we get into the tournament, I feel confident. I take it as one game at a time. Like, I don't care who we play. As long as it's at Levi's, we have a better chance to win. Like, I don't care if it's the Lions. I don't care if it's the Packers.
Are you all concerned?
About what?
Like, I'm not saying, I'm just concerned with the Niners. Like, I noticed in the Pittsburgh game, we did kind of struggle. So it's like, I think it was the second half, they kind of got cocky. And it's just like, you can't allow unnecessary. It's certain plays the Niners did. And it's like, I'm not faulting Bosa because I think that, to me personally, I don't think mentally Bosa was there. Like, he was excited, but I think it was just one of those games where it's not Bosa. It's just, let me get my feet wet. And then, I feel like he's not 100% there yet, but I think he's on his way of getting there.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games where we had to get better in the second half for sure. Mm-hmm. But the way we played in the first half, it was dominant fashion, but our defense held the Steelers to no points at this point. So As long as we keep it as a low score game on those other teams, there's no way they're going to beat us. We can score as long as we can score 30 plus points, they have to match up to us. And that's not going to be an easy task to score on our defense. We only gave up 7 points. So there is a lot of
Are
flags.
you concerned also? Like, I think it was the Atlanta game. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my only concern is, like, I feel like we made the tweak adjustments with our offense.
Mm-hmm.
But my only concern is, what if the offense starts slacking, and then once again the defense has to overwork and wear themselves down to pick it up? Like, do you ever think about that? Because I feel like that's what happens. Like, we start off slow offense, the defense is there, and then the defense starts slacking, and then the offense starts picking up.
Well, there's going to be one of those mixed games because you're going to have a game where maybe it's going to have to come down to your defense and maybe how your offense starts off. It may be a slow start sometimes. And I expect there's going to be a couple of those games. And that's where it's going to test Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy's going to have to play from behind. And there's going to be games where Brock Purdy has to at least show the entire league that, hey, he can be the guy that carried this team if he was down by a couple of touchdowns. Like, okay, the Raiders game was kind of like whatever. He was down by 10. He still came back and won. But still, that's not enough. That was on a bad Raiders team. But still, he did show that he can come from behind. But I want to see more out of it. But I don't want to see us go down that much. No. I want to see him have a big lead and keep it going. But there's going to be a few games where he is going to be down for a little bit. And he has to show that he can respond back from those type of games. And even if he comes from a loss, he has to have a different response mentally. How's he going to react after a defeat? How's he going to adjust after losing? How's he going to adjust when they figure out what he's good at and how they could stop it and what he could do to improve the other side of the weakness?
That's what my concern is. I feel he has leadership. I just feel sometimes he questions his leadership. And it's like, no, go ahead.
No, a lot of his leadership is like he's got that savvy veteran leadership. Like it's something that it's something that you can't coach or have. You just either have it or you don't.
Yeah. I just pray, like, he doesn't lose sight of, because, your job is to play, but have fun. And I feel that's why I say I feel bad for him, because it's like after, this whole trade situation, and it's like we're in a win now situation. Our window of op. So I don't want, him to be like, oh, I can't mess up. I got to oh my God. I want him to be able to breathe, continue to breathe and play football. And not stress. Yes. Because I feel like Kyle put him in a predicament that's unfair. It's unfair. Like, and I'm like, I'm not sold on Purdy yet. I'm not saying he's bad. Purdy's good. I just want to see how he responds to, like you said earlier, to games where he's behind and he needs to be able. So it's like, so far he's like, hey, them 8 games wasn't just luck, baby. So
I mean, if it were me, I'd rather just him have those blowout wins and keep it going. But, there's going to be some of those games where he's going to have a little bit of a struggle. And there's going to be some games where he has to respond from a defeat. But we're not going towards that level with Brock. I'm impressed by Brock. I'm not like some of the fans. I'm not going to fall in love with the guy yet. But still, I'm giving him his credit.
What you talking about? He the next Mahomes already. He the next Brady already.
The mini Mahomes? That's what they call him, the mini Mahomes. No.
Oh, I didn't heard fans call him Mr. White Chocolate. It's offensive because Jason Williams is the only white chocolate. Don't ever. I seen fans like, yeah, he gonna be like Tom Brady. Like, look.
Low rounds. Both guys were low round picks, but there's no difference. At least Tom Brady wasn't the relevant pick.
I feel like we're always searching, and I feel like Kyle has 100% faith in Brock.
There's a difference,
but I feel like Kyle still is reluctant to let him lead.
I just hope that Kyle doesn't become a control freak. I'm hoping that he lets Brock be himself so he can run this offense. Because sometimes when Kyle runs an offense, it doesn't always work all the time, but he keeps doing it. That's the thing with him. If it
That's
doesn't
why I was
work,
like, I feel like he trusts Brock, but I don't think he's comfortable to let Brock lead until he can get comfortable with himself. I don't think Brock will ever be that guy because a franchise guy comes in and takes command. Brady, 3-year Hall of Fame franchise quarterback. With a coach like Kyle, I don't think Brock will ever get there.
I think that's the problem. I don't think he's ever going to challenge Kyle for that because Kyle's going to always be in charge. He's always the man that's going to call the shots. It's always going to be that way.
I know, and it's crazy. Like, I want to punch him.
I mean, Kyle just should like have a trust of his players. Like he should like talk to him and say, hey, which play works better for you? What do you think is going to work? Instead of just say, hey, do this play. Do that play. That's
My way or the highway. Like, at least his dad was open to suggestions. It's like, okay, we'll try that.
Dad was See, that's the difference with Kyle. He is a control freak. And it's kind of hard for him to like call the I mean, why is Kyle so stubborn? Like at least his dad was more open on those plays. You don't see that with Kyle. Kyle just likes to run the show and do things his freaking way. If it doesn't work, he's going to keep on pushing. Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, CG, but if he continues this run officially, I think Brock Purdy will start turning heads. Oh.
That was my boob. That was my boob. I'm sorry.
The reception went bam.
I was in fear of my life. It was a spider. So I thought I was going to die.
Oh, Lord, those spiders in Arkansas? Big spiders?
Yes, they have like all these different type of spiders. And I'm like, Animal Planet at its finest. Ugh. I'm scared of butterflies, ants. I'm scared of all that. Like, I don't.
But like you said, Kyle is a control freak, and I don't think he takes I think he needs to take advice of how take advice from his dad and tell him, hey, what was successful for you for your run in the Super Bowl? What got you to win it? Maybe he should try to learn and take pointers and stop. I mean, it's working for the regular season, but try to use that into the big games where you can take some different.
Right.
Yeah, like you got to look at it this way.
I got nerves. My nerves is off of this next game. So like
the Rams, we're on to this 8-game winning streak.
It's like it's gonna be the battle of the coaches. Like whose balls are bigger.
Yeah, McVay has a ring. McVay has a freaking ring, and that's all they're gonna talk about. Oh, the what is it? The guy. I mean, McVay is the one with the ring, but he got owned by Kyle. But then again, Kyle does not have a ring.
Yeah, so it's like, please don't bring that up. Like, don't bring that up with Kyle, man. McVay. We get it. Kyle's working on it.
I just wish Kyle had his dad being on the coaching staff at least.
Oh, maybe he could be OC.
Yeah, have his old man do the play calls, but make sure that I'm pretty sure Mike will have trust into the quarterback, unlike Kyle. And I think Kyle has to listen to his dad. His
daddy got him the job.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Drake Jackson build off of his 3-sack performance.
I'm excited. Yes.
Oh, speaking of Drake Jackson, you know who followed me on Twitter?
Drake?
No, his dad.
Oh, he said speaking. Congratulations.
Yeah, Dennis Jackson. He messaged me a couple of times. He said he'll let me know when he has available time, but he's really down for the interview.
Tell him he did a great job by sending his son to the greatest college ever.
Oh. And the funny part is, man, this guy is like, he's like a good dude, but like, I don't know how I get in these vibes with some of their fathers. It's like sometimes they can relate to me. Like Braden's dad can relate to me.
Because you have dad vibes.
I got that vibes of getting where those players are coming from.
Yeah.
And I get that a lot of people are criticizing the weakest link of our line, like the right side. Burford, Burford had 5 pressures, but he didn't give up a freaking sack. I mean,
that was good.
McKivitz gave up 3 sacks, but still, it needs to be fixed better. But
I think though, you can't expect McKivitz to go with TJ Watt head to head.
It's just not a good matchup. It's an unfair.
That wasn't. But I think that if we just get a little tweaking, it'll work.
I think against the Rams, he'll have a little bit of a better outing this time. So
yeah, because that was TJ Watt.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be a repeated performance. I even said for the people, give it a few weeks for McKivitz to gel into it, and it should get better. But if not, then maybe that's where we can make a late season push to call him for a player to acquire.
Yeah, because they're already calling him like McGlinchey number 2.
I don't know about him.
Man, I want McGlinchey back. I don't care what y'all say. He can come back. You come back.
The best, the best flopping lineman in the NFL.
Yeah, you see what happened to him at the Raider game? Like he was getting handled, man. Like
Crosby just went, bam, get off of me.
Like you guys said that the Niners were stupid for letting him go, so
I don't know if we're stupid for letting him go. We still ran the ball better, but still, McKivitz is a little bit of a. He just needs more starting games. That's all.
That's what he needs right there.
And I think it only gets better unless he doesn't get better. Then maybe that's where we address that position
and make that call.
Oh wow! Let's see. USC got away with one last year against UCLA. If my son didn't blow that, that coverage, it would have turned out different. So your son blew out the coverage. That's why you were so pissed. That's why you were pissed, Mose. I can see why you were so pissed off about that game.
Or it's just a simple fact it's the Trojans and we're way better than UCLA.
Well, he said his son blew the coverage and that's how you guys won.
Or no?
He was being hard on his son that like last year. I think he was telling me about how he felt about that game, and he was so critical on his son. He says, "Man, come on, man. I didn't teach you that."
The Bruins are cool. But I'm mostly USC is always first, and then Oregon.
Oh, a guy who's a UCLA fan, but always talks his shit as Dion. Man, that guy is the biggest.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
he told me his Reggie Bush story when he was working at UFC one time.
I can't wait for that matchup.
What, that matchup?
USC and Colorado.
Ooh, Prime. You want to talk about
when I say it's going to be so horrible to embarrass this man. So let me apologize to you Colorado fans. I'm so sorry, but Coach Primetime got to understand how the game is played. So we going to give him a lift.
Oh, and for that Colorado State coach, man, stay humble. Why are you saying some dumb stuff? That's feeding a bulletin board. Not only that you just gave something for Prime to be motivated for, he gave that bulletin board to the kids. Now they're going to feed off of that. So it doesn't matter what a coach dresses like. Prime has his own ways of doing things. Prime is the
cool around.
He's cool. He's cool as hell. Like, man, I can't even think of a coach that just wears a hat, sunglasses, gold chain. Man, that guy, and he's in his 50s, and he's rocking shit like that. And he's
cool. He's
cool. Yeah. There's no other coach like him. I don't think there ever will be a coach like him that can swag like that and do whatever.
He actually turned that school around. I give him his respect. I respect Dion.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't want Dion to succeed. A lot of these.
Yeah, they haters.
Yeah, I don't get how some of these guys, the ones who don't want him to succeed are those Trump supporters. They hate Dion to the core. They just don't like him. That's all I've seen from a lot of these guys. Even the guys from other content, Black and White Sports, and other people in the community. Even Jason Whitlock, he even hates on Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
And I think he said some shit about him. I think he said that how come he says you don't. I guess he kind of criticized the way he coaches. He says, dude, that's not the way you do it.
Well, you have your way, he has his way, and so far his way is winning. So, like a lot of people would have. I said it in Twitter that he was going to turn that college around. He's going to turn Colorado around.
I think he's going to get him into the bowl contention. So I think this is a story. I think this is going to be a Cinderella story because everybody's talking about because last year Colorado they only won one game last year.
Yeah.
They're going to play against a Colorado State team that's not even that good. They are Mountain West scrubs. They're not that good. I watched them play against Fresno State. They barely played a decent game with them. Not even that close. And until they play USC and Utah and Washington, I think that's where they get the tougher test. Oregon and Oregon State. I mean, Oregon is another team they have to face.
I think their biggest problem is going to be Oregon, though.
Oregon, yep.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Oregon.
I think that's going to be the true matchup. But I think this has a making of a storyline of college football where Prime just turns into program. Like you go from 1-11 to potentially going to the national championship. That's the greatest turnaround of all time. If that happened.
And the fact that Dion is in there, that should have motivated people to want to pay attention. Like I was shocked to know people don't like college football. Like, what country are you from? Like, college football this is how you get to know your players on your teams, your football. You watch them in college. Yeah. Like, they was like, we don't do college football. I was like, how?
And how are you going to know the draft prospects? How are you going to know the players your team drafted? You got to watch college football. And I've always checked out college football every year. So it's always been my hobby to check it out. I even interview draft prospects every year just to get an understanding on who we're going to get. And, Spencer Burford was one of them dudes, Shut
up. You got to interview him? I'm jealous.
I interviewed him like last year. Like before he got drafted to the Niners, like months before. I don't know if you ever seen this interview, but it's like
no. And you know what?
Okay,
you're starting to show me your true colors.
Oh, I'm not sure what you call it. This was like 2 years ago. This was so long time ago. Spencer Burford interview. It's still one of my best interviews of all time. I take nothing away from Spencer, but I guess this is like an old interview. This was like over a year ago. Long time ago. Let me see. Yeah, it was a year ago, which was on March 14, 2022.
Okay.
That was an interview like months before the draft, like over a month before the draft. That was before you started knowing who I was, way before. Oh, but I'm going to send you the link for the Bird. That's my interview link right there. You want to see this is the guy this was before he became a Niner. He was coming out of UTSA. I was doing a lot of homework. This is how I knew he was going to be a guard because he told me that he played guard the first 2 years and played tackle.
Oh, okay.
And I had a good idea because I'm an offensive line guru, so I started doing a lot of my research on this guy.
Why don't you go apply for the position?
I wish I could apply for the scouting position, but
we need an offensive, coordinator. We need one.
Yeah. But Primetime is a cool coach. That's just like the LL Cool J coach of the NFL. Even LL Cool J is still cool to this day, even if he had to wear a hat. Like, what other coach can you see that does that? Like, even in his 50s, just dressing up all cool with his chain and just doing his own thing.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, yeah.
I can see Shannon doing it.
But, Primetime just knows how to get everybody to come in.
Yeah. He's that Did you see the interview with Richard Sherman? Ugh. And how he was I just blows my mind that he's defending the 49ers. And it's like,
why not we just give this guy his props now? He's actually
I can't. He was a spy. He was sent to spy on us, and he caught we ain't going to talk. But how he was defending Ayuk, It was just it was great
I,
to see.
I mean, let's be honest. At least it's better than what Michael Crabtree is right now. Michael Crabtree is not even grateful for the Niners. I mean, it took me a while to like Sherman. It took me a while to like Sherman. At least Sherman is thankful to be a part of the Niners. Like, has it Crabtree?
And nobody, I will never forgive the Niners for that. I will never forgive them for that. Never. Never, 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 never. He was so good. And then right before the playoffs in the Super Bowl, what happened? He called Pete Carroll and was like, yada, 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 yada. And he sucked. He was a spy. He was a spy. He was a spy. I was like, why?
But he did talk to Hargrave, so this was a good interview. I like that interview by Sherman. He actually had some good discussions. Like,
hi, Terradome.
Terradome, dome, the dimmadome. I like when Terradome told that Rams fan, "Oh, I don't care if it's Bob Vila at your offensive line. We're gonna run you guys over."
Right?
Oh yeah, he was. You know, Sherman was a Niners fan before he even became a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, he was
upset.
Diehard Niners. He wanted to play for the Niners.
You know, the difference between Sherman is he actually does not like Jim's brother. Actually, he does not like John Harbaugh.
He cannot stand them. Like they're like oil and water.
No. Yeah, he doesn't like Jim. I mean, Jim, he didn't like as much, but he does not like John Harbaugh as much. Because I seen an incident like when the Niners played the Ravens. There was like a mic up where Sherman just says, "Quit bitching, John. Quit bitching." And he says, "We're gonna beat you guys." And then he had a press conference question about what was he saying to John Harbaugh, and he says, "That guy's a bitch ass coach. He ain't nothing."
Yeah, they can't stand each other.
No, but he doesn't like John. I heard he doesn't like John the most. He thinks John is
he hates Jim. Yeah, he can't stand Jim either.
But I heard there is quite a few podcasts where he says, "Why is John Harbaugh still here? He should be fired. He's garbage," is what he said before.
I think Terradome started the whole beef.
No, they ain't gonna give no time. Jim Everett, the ghost. What are you guys talking about, man?
We get cooked.
Like Terradome says, it don't matter if it's Bob Vila blocking for you guys. He's gonna get pushed by Hargrave. These guys are funny. Yeah, CJ, you think if Gannon comes back from IR health, will Kyle Shanahan put a few packages to utilize his speed? I'm hoping so. Maybe there's some jet sweeps and something we can use to him. Jim made him change positions in college and was a receiver. Got hurt. Jim made him a corner. Yeah, that's what I heard. Because he was a receiver in college before he switched positions.
He said Rams Nation. Right.
Rams Nation is last I checked, you're not so you're telling me you're a Raiders fan because that's the only nation I can hear of. Come on, man. There's no such thing as Rams Nation. Maybe Horns Up or that, bro. Come on, man.
Rams need to pay rent because we own your stadium. Pay us our money.
The red. How come your team's gonna have to wear white jerseys? Because nobody cares.
Oh, they gotta wear the white.
Gotta wear the UCLA wannabe jerseys.
Hey, that's what they are. UCLA knockoffs.
Why did the Rams cross the road?
Why?
To get rammed. That's what happens. How come the Rams are not hosting a home game? Because they gotta pay rent.
You better put it on the EBT. We take EBT. We take EBT.
Hey. Let me ask you a question.
Hey, what are you saying about the Raiders?
No, but he's right. I guess in a way they are because they can't figure out in Las Vegas. He's just homeless. Says Raiders are homeless for food. Hey, Jim Everett,
they are not refugees, okay? They brought more money to LA and Oakland than you guys, okay?
Oh, yeah. And then he says, "Hey, the great, you got a whooping coming, buddy, like your daddy coming home." I'm gonna go on Rudy's show like tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on the Remedial Sports Report. I'm gonna go on Rudy's show tomorrow. And if you guys want to check out this guy that has his little Ram stuff, his little closet. Go check it out. Man has a
Oh,
big, nice beard. He has a nice beard. He looks kind of like the grizzly bear. He's a nice guy. Very good dude. Oh,
Ram
Rams.
stuff.
Oh, let's hear some fun facts. The first, you know what the Rams are the first of? And I'm not sounding as a disrespectful. They are the first to sponsor the opposite of what everybody calls the Niners. We're not that. So, and then here's a fun fact. They're the first to have a male cheerleaders. So I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the Q words or the G words on the Niners affiliation. I don't want to ever hear it because there's no other franchise that did that first. We never did it. Nothing against them, but we never did that.
Oh, okay.
No, but I mean, I
ain't got no coffee, so it took me a minute for what you like.
Yeah, but I support everybody else. You know, I support on what they are, bro. You guys have a right to feel how you want. You have a right to have the feel of what makes you happy. But to put my team into that affiliation, we are nowhere near that. We didn't sponsor it like the Rams. We didn't put a male cheerleader on our squad. Come on.
I think that's why they did it, to attract more customers.
Because they didn't have a popular market.
They did it, so you got to go with the money.
Oh, and you guys won a Super Bowl almost 2 years ago. And what's going on? You would think it would attract the market, right? It would attract the market, but it's not. How come you guys can't sell tickets at your home game? How come the Chargers?
Did you not see that parade?
That parade was so terrible.
It was like 86 senior citizens.
Oh my God.
It was like 86 senior citizens. It was crazy.
I saw a video of my boy Rudy. He was running around. Talking about there were so many. Oh man, I don't know, Rudy. I don't know.
Well, if the Niners do win, Rams, we'll show you what a Super Bowl parade looks like. Because by the thousands and millions, it get lit. You know what, sweetheart? Google's free. YouTube's free. You can YouTube it.
Rams had to pay people to go to the parade.
You're right there, though. They paid the 86
They paid Raider fans and Cowboy fans to dress up like them for once. A buddy of mine who was a Raiders, and then there was a couple guys that were Cowboy fans from LA. They told me that they were even paid to dress up like Rams. Straight up. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then they said, "So are the Rams going to?"
I was at the parade.
At the parade, so many fans. How many Rams, bro? When they're like Raider fans, bro, I'm pretty sure some of the guys didn't even know who the fuck the players were. I'm pretty sure you were.
It was like 86 seniors.
Oh,
he said back there, Bob. Look at Sarah Jones.
No, but you gotta get Rudy credit. I actually made this guy post a video. I actually made him post a video about the parade. I'm not discrediting Rudy, bro. Rudy is a fucking passionate fan. He's always been legit with a lot of the Ram stuff. Like if you're talking OG fans, Rudy is one of those dudes. I never questioned this guy. This guy's an OG. Like the fact that he actually put a post parade video is because I told him, hey, can you show me proof at the parade? And he actually did that. But he didn't have to do that, but he did it anyways. Yeah.
That crap is funny.
Oh, man. What is he? He said Rudy looks like Baghdad Bob. Who's Baghdad Bob?
That's so disrespectful. Not Baghdad.
Who's Baghdad Bob?
Teradon, you realize they about to fight you now.
Oh, Baghdad Bob? I never heard of him. Whoa, you're saying he looks like Baghdad Bob?
Yo, see?
Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Wow.
Fireworks, see?
Wow. That's with no facial.
Yo, the Rams, it was a horrible parade.
The guy
now you can't unsee it. Now you can't unsee it, man.
My brother-in-law is a Rams fan, and he ain't talked to me about the game all week. He knows what's going to happen. Here's the problem with some of these Rams. You know, when the time gets tough, do you ever hear from them? You don't hear a squeak out of them. Like, unless we lose the game, they're gonna come off the closet and talk their shit. Other than that, you know what's even crazy? Some of them even say, "You guys need to hide. You guys need to stop talking." Well, guess what? That's the difference between there's a difference between a real fan. Through the hard times, we still talk. 2-14, we're still talking, and we're not going nowhere. So that's the problem. Raider fans, they can be winless for a couple of seasons, and they can still be talking their shit.
And if you don't know what he's talking about,
the record only
get their ass beat and beat your ass on the bar at the same time. Like they ride or die.
They'll still be talking. There's a difference, but even the record don't matter. But when it comes to the Rams and Seahawks, if they don't have a great record, you ain't gonna hear from them. You ain't gonna hear a squeak out of either of those fans. Yeah, Rams think they're a dynasty, but my boy Rudy just said that they are going to be a dynasty. He said 22 years of the Rams winning the Super Bowl is a dynasty in his opinion. Like, who talks like that? So you're saying 22 years of who? So you're saying 22 years is a dynasty? Good Lord.
Well, the Raiders are a dynasty.
I don't think they ever been a dynasty, but they were like close enough.
No, they won 1 in 22 years, and the Raiders won 3.
They won.
That means they're dynasty.
Yeah, they could have been, but I think there's different eras of it. Like they have to have a dynasty in the decade, like in the same like the Niners, they won their Super Bowls in the 80s, like 4 of them. So that's a dynasty. But
I can't believe that. That was good old days.
Hey, but Terradone, I like when Terradone told Jim Everett, great, says he says that he called that guard Vila. He says, I don't care if it's Bob Vila. Bob Vila ain't gonna block and save you.
You're right. Terradone be talking trash, man. He be talking trash.
Oh, modern day Rams are a dynasty. Cook.
Rams. Jim Plunkett, 2 Super Bowls.
Oh my God, man! How long is Stafford going to be your quarterback, bro? He's going to be up in age, and you guys don't have a backup plan. He's only got maybe a couple of years, and that's it. And Cooper Kupp, if that trajectory continues on, he may not even stay healthy for too long, bro. Like it really depends on his injuries too, because you want like long term. There's nothing great about Steve Avila. Bro, the name just sounds like a joke. Avila? I never heard of a great player in the NFL with the name Avila. Avila means you're a joke. Like he probably did good against Seattle because they don't have a great defense. But like Terradone's just said, he don't care. Like he's calling that dude Bob Vila because he thinks that's what he is. He's Bob Vila. Bob Vila. You ever heard of Bob Vila? He's a joke. Bob Vila's a joke. He ain't gonna see. That's your offensive lineman right here. That's your lineman, Bob Vila. Understand what he said? That's what Terradone called him, Bob Vila.
I know that shit was so funny.
Like what? So he's the wall. But has he ever met Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead? That's a damn wrecking crew. That's a wrecking crew gonna wreck that wall.
Right.
Stafford has to get out this Sunday alive. And the count louds, bro. Yeah, the Rams capitalized. They got their Super Bowl, and Stafford was on a better team. Yep, what could have been if he would have played outside of Detroit? It's already been answered. But what happens? You guys paid the price. You guys are going to go through some shit, but it is what it is. Bosa, Klein. You're going to see the wrecking crew this Sunday. That wall that you call, Everett, the wall you call, that wall is going to be wrecked. The grave digger's coming. The grave digger is going to dig and put Stafford into the grave. You ain't gonna see, yeah. Oh, wow.
What do you say? Not from the Lion King. Tear it down,
And he even said the offensive lineman. He said that he even called that dude Avila Bob Vila. Who the hell is Bob Vila? Is that the guy from Home Improvement?
That sounds like something from. I can't deal with Terradone. I can't.
Terradone's too much, man.
Terradone. They gonna throw this. They said it's fade day now.
Hey, but Terradone, Hey, Pterodon, can you make a Bob Vila out of the Rams offensive lineman like you did? You should make like a freaking thing and say that we're gonna run through that line, and then Puka's like the Lion King.
That crap is funny.
Actually, his brother played for us.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's brother played safety for us for a while before he got let go. I was trying to reach out to him too. His brother, he might be interested. We'll see.
You're just getting all the celebrities.
Yeah, we've been going on for an hour. I know it's been going on, but yeah, we'll see this Sunday, Mr. Everett. All I'm going to see this Sunday is a ghost from the Rams.
That's it.
Like,
hey, let's see who fills up the stadium first.
Hey, you should make that, bro. You should make a Bob Vila into the wall, bro, for the Rams. They better build a wall with Bob Vila.
He should do that. He should make that.
Hey, you should make a meme out of it, bro. Make a meme out of the Rams for protecting Stafford. You just put Bob Vila in the front.
That would be epic.
Oh, no. We know who Witherspoon is, bro. Witherspoon is not that good, bro. Witherspoon ain't going to get a single pick, bro. You know why? You know why he ain't going to get an interception? Because Brandon Ayuk smokes him in practice. Because Debo smokes him in practice. Dude, the fact that Witherspoon, dude, he's been on different teams. He's been smoked. You know what we do to Witherspoon? We take away confidence off of his mind. He doesn't think mentally, bro. Ayuk knows him.
Ayuk finna do him as bad as he did Patrick Peterson. He finna tear his Achilles that fast. So get ready.
No. But Yens, bro. We're talking like their offensive lineman. We just call him Bob Vila because he's a joke. No, he's not a Bosa stopper. He is Bob Vila from home. He's going to be crushed, man.
I love him. I love his confidence. I love the confidence, baby.
How is Bob Vila going to block Bosa if he's on the outside, bro? He has to focus on Eric Armstead and Javon Hargrave, the grave digger. Witherspoon, that's our throwaway, dude. He can't cover my – and you can't block Drake Jackson, man. Stafford is in for a long day. Let me give you my bold prediction for this Sunday. You want to know what my bold prediction is? Let's
What you got? What you got?
I don't want to sound harsh, but it's going to be a body bag this Sunday.
Oh, not a body bag.
Or Stafford is going to get hit. How many times? He's going to get sacked 5 or 6 times.
Who you got second? Who you got for the first sack?
Ooh, grave digger. I got Bosa first. Bosa's going to get it. Hargrave's going to get it. Drake's going to probably get 1 or 2. But I think the one guy who's going to get him and put him in the body bag is Fred Warner. He's going to go.
That's who I think is going to get the first one. It's Fred.
Fred's going to hit him. He's going to hit him.
Ooh. That's one man I'll be scared of. It's Fred Warner.
Byron Young, are you serious, bro? Have you seen Drake Jackson? Drake Jackson's a wrecking crew guy.
You see what happened at the Squealer game?
Yeah. But dude, if you know about the history of Witherspoon, bro, have you guys done your homework on Witherspoon? He got beat out.
He been passed around more than a blunt.
Bro, he got beat out by Dante Johnson. He got beat out by freaking Emmanuel Mosley. And why do you think we didn't retain him? Seattle signed him, and then they traded him to Pittsburgh. Why did Pittsburgh didn't retain him? Because they think they can do better. Good luck with Witherspoon, bro. He's getting burned, bro. Ayuk knows how to beat Witherspoon.
He does.
Debo burned him in practice, bro. This is a field day. You know what's going to happen this Sunday? Here's another bold prediction. Witherspoon's going to be roasted. He's going to be roasted. He's going to be on skates. Brandon Ayuk's going to make him look like Patrick Peterson, like he did against the Steelers. He is going to be lost. Oh, good prediction. Oh, but here's the difference.
You said without a spoon.
You're comparing the Seahawks. We're not the Seahawks. You know damn well we are the Niners, bro. We are your kryptonites. We are your bullies. We are going to kick your ass and take your home. And
the secondary actually isn't that vulnerable. So
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad if the tweak's been working for some reason. Because
Yeah, try to throw it to Ward or Lenore's direction, and you're gonna get interceptions.
for
Try.
real,
Oh, Cam Akers can't. You don't even trust the guy. The guy has ball security issues. Kyron Williams, the guy averages less than 3 yards a carry, bro. You're not gonna do anything on our D line, bro. You know, I love talking smack with this guy. This guy gives me something to fire up for. You know what you guys are not gonna do? You're not gonna have what you had against Seattle. You're gonna get hit, bro. Ask the Pittsburgh Steelers what happened last Sunday. Kenny Pickett was not the same.
yo. Ever since that first sack Drake gave him, he ain't been right since. I ain't never seen a grown man shake. He said we put 41 on them sea chickens in the. I'm done.
Oh man, and Terradale, you got to make that Bob Vila for the Rams, bro. I got to see you make a meme out of that.
Yes, you got to do it, Terradale.
It'd be funny. It'd be a funny shit. Put Stafford into the wall, but put Bob Vila right there.
Oh, the Rams fans would probably report his page, but we gonna see which color jersey gonna fill it up first. It's not gonna be you guys.
Yeah, you'll beat Gino's Pizza, but think you did something. Hey, to be fair, I guess
Gino's got some good pizza.
Yeah, Rams fans know that we are their daddy, and daddy needs to spank their child.
That we daddy.
Okay, one more thing. Yeah, one more thing before we end this. These are good comments, and I'm gonna do this.
They's going in. They going in now.
Those Rams are getting beat.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what, Danielle? We've been having a good time.
We have talking trash. The Rams fans so hurt.
How is Aaron Donald going to find Purdy? We've been scheming this guy. He has not touched our quarterback for years, bro. He couldn't even touch Jimmy. He couldn't even touch porn star Jimmy. What makes you think he's going to touch Brock Purdy? Like, yeah, we don't have run skill, but Burford's going to have one of his best games. Burford's going to make Aaron Donald an afterthought. Oh, but Kivitz is going to be his new daddy. Purdy will spin on Donald, and Donald will say, "Where did
Daddy said this don't hurt you more than it hurts me."
Sorry, Rams fan. Brock's going to fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee like Muhammad Ali. Oh, wow. I like this. Hey, you got to give credit for Jim Everett the troll. Despite how people feel about this guy talking his shit, at least he gives us.
He is consistent.
Yeah, he gives us some materials, which I'm cool with. See, I'm not gonna time this guy out.
I need for him and Terradome to go at it 1-on-1 and see who got the best. Him and Terradome.
Okay, so for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. But hey, for my co-host Danielle, tell everybody where they can find your social media platform.
You can find me on Twitter, and I'm gonna talk to my brother to see if he can come on your show.
Oh, for sure. So your brother, you gotta get in touch with your brother.
I know.
He'd probably be a good one. Marcus Thompson, right?
Yeah, Thompson Scribe. Yeah, he getting ready for horrible Warrior basketball.
Oh wow. Well. For everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. But hey, me and Danielle will have fun. We'll definitely see you guys next week on the Saga.
Yes.
Yes.